Have you ever felt like your prayers are hitting a ceiling? Like your words are echoing in an empty room with no response? You're not alone. Millions of people struggle with maintaining their prayer life when answers seem delayed or distant. But what if I told you that those seemingly silent moments are actually cultivating something extraordinary in your spiritual journey? Think of prayer like planting a garden. When you place a seed in the soil, you don't see immediate results. In fact, for days or even weeks, the surface remains unchanged while extraordinary transformations happen beneath. This is exactly how prayer works in our lives. The Apostle Paul understood this profound truth when he urged believers to devote themselves to prayer with watchfulness and thankfulness. He didn't say pray once and move on. He didn't suggest giving up if the answer doesn't come immediately. Instead, he emphasized devotion, a consistent, persistent commitment to prayer. But let's be honest, persistence isn't easy. When we pray for healing, reconciliation, or guidance, and days turn into weeks or months, doubt can creep in. We might wonder if God is listening or if our prayers matter. This is where most people give up, missing the deeper purpose of prayer altogether. Prayer isn't just about getting answers, it's about developing a relationship with God. Every time you return to prayer, you're strengthening that connection. It's like building a muscle. The resistance you feel when answers seem delayed isn't working against you, it's working for you, developing spiritual strength and perseverance you never knew you had. Consider this. Some of history's most remarkable answers to prayer came after extended periods of waiting. Mother Teresa experienced decades of spiritual darkness while continuing her prayers and service. Martin Luther King Jr. prayed persistently for racial justice, even when change seemed impossible. Their persistence wasn't just about getting answers. It was about maintaining faith and trust in God's perfect timing. The key to persistent prayer lies in combining watchfulness with thankfulness. Being watchful means staying alert to God's movement in your life, even in unexpected ways. Sometimes the answer looks different from what we imagined. Thankfulness shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have, creating a foundation of trust for continued prayer. Here's a practical approach to rekindling your prayer life. Start by identifying one prayer request you've given up on. Maybe it's a broken relationship, a career dream, or a personal transformation you've stopped believing for. Write it down in a prayer journal. But this time, approach it differently. Instead of focusing solely on the request, include gratitude for what God is already doing in that situation. Create a daily prayer rhythm. Set aside specific times, perhaps early morning or before bed, to pray about this request. But don't just repeat the same words. Share your heart honestly with God. Express your struggles, your doubts, and yes, your thanksgiving. Remember, persistence in prayer isn't about wearing God down. It's about letting the process work deep changes in your own heart. As you persist in prayer, watch for small signs of movement. Sometimes God's answers unfold gradually, like a flower slowly opening its petals. Each small change is worth celebrating and noting in your prayer journal. This creates a record of God's faithfulness that will encourage you to keep praying when times get tough. The beauty of persistent prayer is that it changes us while we wait. It develops patience, strengthens faith, and deepens our understanding of God's character. Through the process, we often discover that what we're really seeking isn't just an answer to prayer. It's a deeper, more authentic relationship with God Himself. Today is your invitation to start again. Take that prayer request you've shelved, dust it off, and bring it back to God with renewed faith. Remember, every great oak tree was once a persistent seed that refused to give up. Your prayers, like those seeds, contain within them the power to produce extraordinary results in God's perfect timing.